The time has come to end the Vaadwaur threat to the Delta Quadrant. Our allies are assembling at the Janolan Dyson sphere to plan our assault on the Vaadwaur homeworld. You will serve as the battle commander for the assault. Admiral Tuvok is waiting for you at the Janolan Dyson sphere. He will brief you and our allies on our strategy. Good hunting.
And we need to go to Janolan Dyson sphere and meet Tuvok and the Alliance. And today we get a pulse wave pistol, very nice, and some delivery also. Not.
Hello. Would you have time to look into something for me?
Yeah. And he'll be outside the Dyson sphere, so we just turn around and head back in. And of course, click Takedown. We arrived at the Dyson sphere. Orders to beam down to the surface and the compass. Acknowledge. So, around here we can see at least a few other ships as well as our own. We've got a Gaul sphere and some horizontal freighters, frigates, and there's quite a few others which we can't see, so let's beam down. I would too, because Chris speak with us before briefing. Okay, let's continue. Here we are. You may remember this area. This is more or less our home away from home, but a bit more quieter. Tuvok.
We are not yet ready to begin. While I finish preparations, I suggest you speak to the liaisons of our allies.
Well, of quadrant representatives.
The Vaadwaur are anticipating an attack of some kind, and we know they are monitoring our ship movements closely. Therefore, I suggest we adapt the tactics of our enemies to our own use. As a diversion, I have dispatched Alliance ships to the Cartella system to engage the Vaadwaur forces there. If they are successful, by the time the Vaadwaur realize what is happening, we will have already secured Vaadwaur Prime. The Vaadwaur believe the other species of this quadrant are too weak to challenge them. We will use that misconception to our advantage by using our Delta Quadrant allies to assault Vaadwaur Prime itself.
Understood.
We are not yet ready to begin. While I finish preparations, I suggest you speak to the liaisons of our allies.
Thank you, I'll talk to them. Well, we have 7 with the cooperative.
The cooperative asked me to inform you that they appreciate your assistance, and are prepared to provide what assistance they can in the final battle against the Vaadwaur.
Well, the cooperative numbers a few. What can they offer?
The cooperative's main weapon is adapted Borg technology. Cooperative vessels can confuse the systems of opposing ships and cause them to fire on friendly targets. This tactic is most effective in mixed groups of ships, where the cooperative can turn the larger vessels against the smaller ones.
Thank you, 7.
The cooperative appreciates your partnership, and we are eager to end the Vaadwaur threat to our quadrant. Our technological capabilities are at your disposal.
We appreciate your assistance on this matter. And next one is, well, Neelix with the Kazon. This could be fun.
I'm not sure I completely trust the Kazon after our experience with Maj Sesson, but they say they'll fight for us today. Maybe you'll have better luck reaching a consensus with them than I did.
What will the Kazon provide?
The Kazon have a large number of ships and fight without fear. However, their lack of organization makes slotting them into precise battle formations problematic. They'll go to war with you, but they may not follow every order.
I guess so.
The Kazon are eager for battle. Our enemies will fall today. All of them.
I look forward to fighting by your side. So, next is, well, Doctor with the hierarchy.
Good to see you again. Through my excellent diplomatic skills, and some assistance from Admiral Tuvok, I have managed to convince the Hierarchy Board of Directors that assisting us in this battle and ensuring the end of the Vaadwaur will improve their long-term profits.
Indeed.
The Hierarchy are experts at surveillance and espionage. If the Vaadwaur try any tricks, the Hierarchy would be the ones we should send to subvert them.
Thank you, Doctor.
Greetings. The Hierarchy is anticipating a profitable transaction under your guidance. Our surveillance and tactical capabilities are at your disposal.
We anticipate a mutually beneficial arrangement. And Neelix with the Hazari.
We have a firm contract with the Hazari. It would bring them great dishonor to fail to complete it, so I expect that we'll have their full support in this battle.
What will they do for us?
The Hazari ships usually fight in pairs. One ship hangs back and provides shield support for the other. This gives them excellent defensive capabilities, but it comes at a cost. Their firepower isn't quite as strong as it would be if they weren't so dedicated to protection.
Thank you, Neelix.
Greetings. The Hazari will uphold our end of the contract, to the letter. And we expect you to do the same. We specialize in defense, and our ships are at your disposal.
Thank you. I appreciate your acceptance of this contract. Oh, back to Tuvok.
The presentation will begin momentarily. Perhaps you would be willing to check in with the representatives of our other allies. We invited Eldex's people and the Hirogen, but neither group chose to send a representative.
Understood. Well, I'll stop with the main representatives here. So we've got the Benthans.
Greetings. The Benthan Guard is honored to join you in the fight against the Vaadwaur. We dedicate our lives to promoting law and order throughout the Delta Quadrant. Finding someone else with the same ideals is unusual, but most gratifying.
Support of your people are greatly appreciated. And moving on next is the Kabali. We recently turned the tide on their war on Kabali Prime, so let's have a chat with them, see if they can help us get the Vaadwaur to be a minor nuisance now.
It's an honor to meet you again. I am eternally grateful for your assistance on my world. By joining you in this fight, perhaps I can begin to repay a small portion of the life debt my people owe you.
The support of your people is greatly appreciated. And we've got both the Talaxians and the 2A, so let's chat with the Talaxians first.
Hello again. You've done so much to help us. It's only right that we help you this time.
The Alliance appreciates your support. And the 2A?
Greetings. Aiding you against the Vaadwaur was a difficult decision for our people. We do not wish to ally with you, but we understand that ending Gaul's reign of terror is more important than our discomfort.
The support of your people is greatly appreciated. I think we've speak to all the representatives around here, so Tuvok, do you have anything else to say?
If you are ready, I will begin the presentation.
Go ahead, Admiral.
The bulk of the Vaadwaur fleet has pulled back to Vaadwaur Prime. We expect to face the final might of the Vaadwaur, including Gaul's flagship. Our battle there will have 5 fronts, each progressively closer to the planet. Our rendezvous point will be here, where the mineral content of the moon will help to hide our ships. The Tuareg will secure the subspace tunnels in this area, while the Kabali will help the wounded.
The Admiral has already given us our assignment. Our forces will assault the other side of the planet to secure the area against a possible retreat. Our Talaxian friends will be in charge of transporting prisoners of war.
To give us the best possible chance of success, Our battle commander will be able to call in one wing of our allies at each of the first 4 fronts. Each wing of allies has different tactical advantages. The cooperative can confuse enemies. The Kazon have many ships and fight without fear. The hierarchy have unparalleled espionage and surveillance abilities, and should be difficult to take by surprise. Hazari vessels fight in pairs, with one ship reinforcing the other's shields. This battle will be difficult, but we must prevail.
And we're more or less done for here, so let's beam up and get and find someone to fight. You ready to beam up? Yes, we are. We don't be left.
The fleet is ready to begin the assault. I will remain behind to coordinate their movements, while you will be commanding the battle from the field. We have 4 wings of allies at our disposal to help you break through the Vaadwaur lines. I recommend deploying 1 wing in each area. Are you ready to begin?
Okay, we'll be selecting the which of our allies to assist us in battle. Deploying the best fit will provide us an advantage, and choosing the wrong fit will provide me with a disadvantage.
The Vaadwaur have sent out several large frigate scout forces. Which wing of allies do you want to assist you?
Now, we can ask to bring them in individually, but we can always ask for advice.
We are facing a large number of rather weak vessels. We need ships that would not be overwhelmed by numbers. The Kazon might be a good choice, because they have a large number of ships as well. The Hazari, another good option, because their powerful defensive capabilities would help in this situation. The Cooperative would perhaps not be a good choice. They could be overwhelmed by the number of Vaadwaur frigates.
And we'll be bringing them.
The Vaadwaur have sent out several large frigate scout forces. Which wing of allies do you want to assist you?
We'll send in Neelix with this Hazari.
That is an acceptable choice. The defensive power of the Hazari ships should be enough to deal with the frigates.
We shall see. Here we are moving in, picking up the usual prospects for that stuff, and this won't take a look work of numbers in your offensive department. Yep. Not too bad. But then this is the outer.
That went well. What do you want me to do now?
All this area whilst we proceed to the next area.
The Toray fleet has secured the subspace tunnels. The Vaadwaur will not be able to use them to attack or to retreat.
Excellent.
We shall establish a medical flotilla and secure the area. Vessels of the fleet can transport any wounded, including Vaadwaur, to our ships for treatment.
Make sure you treat our people first. Let's move on to the Bravo front now.
The Vaadwaur have set up a cruiser picket line in this area. Which ally do you want to advance?
What's your advice, Admiral?
We are facing a picket line of cruisers, so we need ships that can withstand constant, persistent attacks. The Kazon could be a good choice because of the number of ships in their fleet. I believe the Cooperative would also be sufficient to the task. I would not recommend the Hierarchy, however. Their ships are more suited to espionage and surveillance, so fighting a large number of moderately powered vessels would not be advantageous.
Thank you, Admiral.
The Vaadwaur have set up a cruiser picket line in this area. Which ally do you want to advance?
Well, we're bringing the Kazon, although admittedly I'm not entirely sure about the Kazon themselves.
That is an acceptable choice. The Kazon ships should have sufficient numbers to challenge the Vaadwaur.
I'm going to find my section of the Kazon satisfactory.
Something's not right here. The Kazon are in the wrong position, and they aren't responding to my hails.
Fletcher, what's your take? Didn't indicate to the Kazon are moving in position with the Vaadwaur on screen. Oh god. Some of these ships were in Nistrim have been held at Sesson. Sesson, I'm sure known. Who did you leave that city in your fight? Mum was murdered by events at last. Jamie didn't murder your mother, Sesson. Tika brought us death upon herself. Cousin's channel, being held by the World Island.
I was worried they might double-cross us, but I never thought they would be so blatant. But come to think of it, they did say some pretty suspicious things during the briefing. Fortunately, Admiral Tuvok and I have a backup plan. Sesson has been encroaching on Hirogen territory for some time. They'll join us in battle for a chance to collect his ship as a trophy.
Excellent work, Erikim. And yeah. At least that's one line almost completely done. We must disable the satellite network to prevent Vaadwaur surveillance, allowing them to make a counterattack. We need to disable the satellite. So this satellite over here. So we'll be doing stuff like this for a little while longer. So I'm taking this satellite and transmitting virus.
The first wave of Vaadwaur defenders, and we are entering position for our next offensive. Resistance has been heavier than expected, but our ships have so far proved equal to the task.
Excellent work, Captain. Keep me appraised of the situation.
Please remember to direct any wounded or prisoners of war to our flotilla at Alpha Front.
Acknowledged.
This area is secure. What are your orders?
Many and clean up the coordinate clean-up efforts. I said to Charlie.
The Vaadwaur have constructed a defensive line of battleships supported by frigates. Which wing of allies would you like to help you?
Well, what's your advice, Admiral?
We are facing battleships flying in formation with frigates, so we need ships that can disable the larger ships or otherwise neutralize their tactics. The Cooperative would be a good choice. Their ability to confuse the opponents could result in the larger ships destroying the smaller ones with friendly fire. The Hierarchy would likewise be a strong option. Their espionage and surveillance tactics may allow them to isolate the larger ships.
Thank you, Admiral.
The Vaadwaur have constructed a defensive line of battleships supported by frigates. Which wing of allies would you like to help you?
We'll send in the Doctor with the Hierarchy.
The Hierarchy should be adequate to the task. They should be able to surprise and disable the larger ships, crippling the firepower of their battle groups.
I expect the performance will be more than adequate to the task. And nice. So the we must secure the other platforms. Yeah, we can't afford to let them leaving stuff exposed, even though they're not. Secure up the platform. Outer platform secured. Helital actions.
We are ready to begin transporting prisoners of war from the orbital platforms at your command.
We have secured the platforms. Please proceed with the transportation.
The Vaadwaur forces are defeated, as I knew they would be. What are your orders?
Hold this area and we'll proceed to the next. Let's travel to the Delta front.
The Vaadwaur have constructed a defensive line of battleships. However, knowing the Vaadwaur, they might be planning a surprise attack. Who do you want to assist you?
Well, what's your advice anyway?
We only have one wing of allies remaining, so we have little choice. You will have to deploy the remaining ships.
Okay,
The Vaadwaur have constructed a defensive line of battleships. However, knowing the Vaadwaur, they might be planning a surprise attack. Who do you want to assist you?
Send in 7 with the Cooperative.
A reasonable choice. The Cooperative ships can be effective against large ships. Let us hope the Vaadwaur do not have surprises in store for us.
Indeed, Admiral. Let's hope the Cooperative has some prizes of their own. So let's I've got 2 more, one last group. We must disable the optical repair platforms. This will allow them to disable, allow them to recover the ships. So we need to disable the repair platforms. Unless we packed right next to one, and transmit overrides to prevent them being used. Better telling us again, sir. Let's see what they're saying. Broke through the ranks of the Vaadwaur defenders. They're falling back. We have them contained. We expect to rendezvous with you out on Neko front shortly. Excellent work, Captain. And
Vaadwaur forces in this area have been defeated. What are your orders?
Well, this area whilst we proceed to the next. And let's head to Echo.
We have broken through to their final line of defense, their command ships. However, in doing so, we have exhausted our supply of allies, and the Vaadwaur dreadnoughts are formidable. This will be a difficult fight.
We have to press on, even if it's alone.
Not quite alone. The Rojan have matters well in hand, so the Rhode Island is at your disposal.
Glad to have you, Captain.
I have temporarily taken command of a cooperative vessel. We will not fight alone.
147, we could use your help.
The hierarchy also agreed to send a single ship to assist in the final assault. Under the command of yours truly, of course. I'm finally getting to use my emergency command subroutine. But you would not believe the amount of paperwork I had to fill out.
Fantastic, Doctor.
Last but not least, the Hazari managed to spare a ship and put it under my command. Captain Neelix. The sound of that?
Indeed, Neelix. Thank you.
I am impressed with the show of support from our allies. However, my tactical analysis indicates that our forces are inferior to Vaadwaur.
We have to fight. And we're in by yes, but hot. Oh, sad, I thought you would put more fight. So I did disappoint you.
The Vaadwaur are relentless. The probability of our survival is...
This is particular lad Vaadwaur group function. Commander Alex, nice.
Gaul's ship has launched a drop rocket collision. Sensors indicate he's on board.
Oh dear. And,
Sir, we've arrived to help secure the area.
excellent, I'm needed on the surface. Guys, please escape to on the surface in escape pod. Okay, let's beam down. Let's go bring our crew with us. We really need them. We've landed some Gaul landed somewhere in this area. Okay, he must have got into those tunnels. Okay, let's follow in then. And wait, that looks like a drop pod. Drop pod landed 2 minutes ago. Gaul can't be too far away. Excellent. Oh, idiot. Yeah. We've fought for some of these. Taking a left and go down this ramp, and let's see. Take down that Takedown commando because he loses his partners and we can't do a thing about it. And we also take down this quadrant before we have this problem. And so this tech officer didn't have one. We went in and giving him for wax. A few tricks from some tech from the past I picked up. Through the door, and we're going to go through what looks like a shipyard. Oh dear. We lost all the guys and just hit them out as we come across them. And this is very nice. Oh dear. Oh. What's that? Powerful bot. He couldn't knock me out, but got help him. I think Eva's found someone else who's picking up Fletcher, who's and the tail one had been knocked out. And we're going back up there, and we've got to find some enemies on the platform. And we're going up the ramp, and yeah, we need to open this door now. Just nice. door open and which was it? It was. And this is basically our last real stop before we need to come up. This it's like could be exit.
Welcome, my friends. You should have joined me when you had the chance. Your persistence is a credit to your race. But it is time for this sad story to end. Your blood will drench the sands of our blasted home.
It's of Gaul, surrender now and save the lives of the remaining soldiers.
Congratulations. You have earned the right to die on the hallowed soil of Vaadwaur. We get everyone to contribute to on that. Nice. That is it. There's command I'll cover it on PC, it's been wide. So go. Although you are clearly not the brightest aliens in the universe, your bravery is admirable. And I do respect Starfleet for ending my people's long twilight. Surrender now, and I give you my word I will spare your people. You and the other leaders will need to be executed, of course, but that is only to maintain order. Personally, I bear you no ill will.
Hey, did yourself a must decline.
That's twice you've refused my generosity. I should be insulted, but your pitiful blindness makes it difficult.
I only feel contempt for your delusions. Yeah, bugs. Oh dear.
The Vaadwaur controlled this quadrant once, and our new allies have only made us stronger. Is that the best you've got?
Now's your chance! Defeat Gaul!
Andy.
He does not have a life. I don't think. What? That's impossible!
You gotta be kidding.
The Vaadwaur Empire will never fall, and you will not even be a footnote in our glorious history.
Gaul's back. Now let's. Yeah, well, it always happens when I've done this one. Don't worry. It's not like everything resets. Oh.
We cannot be stopped. Time after time we rise from the ashes, and we are stronger for doing so.
Your logic is flawed, Gaul. You are already defeated. The evil I mistakenly unleashed on the galaxy ends at last.
My people and the galaxy must believe the parasites were behind his madness.
Were you able to determine why he returned to the surface? It was a tactical error. Even if underspace was closed to him, Gaul would have had more opportunities to escape if he had remained in his ship.
Not yet. You can join me for an investigation.
Certainly. May I recommend Seven, Captain Kim, the Doctor, and Neelix join us as well.
Absolutely.
Their insight may be valuable.
Absolutely. Would you contact them for me? Here we are. And Commander Alex is giving us, and Seven is giving us a quick route in. Harry Kim. You got in already?
Honestly, I wasn't sure about coming back to the Delta Quadrant. I have a family and a life back home, and the idea of being 70,000 light years away again wasn't appealing. But seeing the good we've done for the Gabali, and now stopping the Vaadwaur, I think we were needed here. You were needed. Thank you. It's been a pleasure serving with you. I hope we meet again.
Good serving with you, Captain Kim. And sounds like we're done, and we're almost done, yeah. So, Doctor?
War is just a pointless waste of life. Usually for a political reason that doesn't much matter in the long term anyway. I understand that sometimes we need to fight to defend those who cannot defend themselves. I respect that. But what Gaul was doing here was madness. It's one thing for him to want to rebuild his people. It's something entirely different to destroy dozens of worlds to do so.
Indeed. So, next up is Seven.
I was responsible for the return of the Vaadwaur. Even though Admiral Janeway told me she might have done the same thing, it was ultimately my actions that allowed all this destruction to happen. I participated in the assimilation of many different species during my time with the Borg. Those acts weigh on me. The wanton slaughter caused by the Vaadwaur will do so as well.
Then you could have known what have happened.
Nevertheless, I am pleased I could, in some way, make up for my actions. By assisting the Touré, working with the Cooperative, and fighting the Vaadwaur here today, we have helped end what began more than 30 years ago when I activated those stasis tubes and freed the Vaadwaur. Thank you.
You're welcome, Seven. We couldn't have done this without you. And we got Neelix?
I'm not a man who normally dwells on revenge, but when Gaul and his soldiers attacked my people, it was almost all I could think about. Dexa helped me to see that death doesn't heal wounds of the heart, but thank you. This quadrant is safer now that Gaul and his soldiers are defeated, and I'm glad I was here to see it happen.
Goodbye, my friend. And moving around is... Finishing up is Tuvok.
While this conflict was regrettable, it was ultimately for the greater good. Gaul's hubris and ambition blinded him to the harm he was doing to the Delta Quadrant and his own people. Now the threat is ended. There will be time to heal the damage he has done.
But weren't they acting alone? So I'm expecting unusual radiation emerging from a door. Okay, let's go and investigate this. Door. Yeah, let's activate the console. That does not look like it's Vaadwaur. Let's take it.
Intriguing. This device is not familiar to me, but it does not appear to be of Vaadwaur origin. I will bring it back to Voyager for further analysis.
Acknowledged. So we're done here. Yes, we are. Let's go.
Congratulations! Your leadership during the assault on Vaadwaur Prime and the subsequent defeat of Gaul was inspired. With Gaul's defeat and the destruction of his fleet, we've secured the Delta Quadrant against a terrible threat. And I hope this is the last we see of the neural parasites and infected Vaadwaur. Perhaps even more importantly, we've united many species of the Delta Quadrant against a common enemy. This bodes well for future diplomatic negotiations and operations in the Delta Quadrant. They've worked together once, they can do it again. However, the discovery of this artifact concerns me. Admiral Tuvok is leading an analysis. I'll contact you once we have more information.
Indeed, and we pick up the Vaadwaur pulse-wave pistol. Nice, weapon. It's not the best out of it, and it's a nice weapon to carry, and that's the usual stuff. And next week will be Tuvok. We'll talk about what is beginning back in. So next week we'll be covering what we found on Tuvok's found about the item we found on the ground.
Hello. Would you have time to look?